Good morning, kids. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Question for you, and be honest. Have you ever said the phrase, "That's not fair"? Have your brothers ever gotten over doing some work? Has your sister ever gotten more candy than you? Or did you not get any ice cream when everyone else got some? Totally not fair, right? Well, in today's story, Jesus tells us a story that seems to be unfair. It's about a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire some workers to work in his vineyard. The workers agreed to work all day, let's say for $1 a day. Then later on, in about an hour, he went and hired more people. Then at noon, he hired some more. And then later on in the day, with about an hour's left of work, he hired more. When the work was done and it was time to get paid, the landowner told everybody, everyone's getting $1. Now, what do you think seems unfair about that? The people who were working all day started to gripe because they worked all day and people got hired later, got paid the same. When the workers had been hired in the morning complained, the landowner said, "Isn't it lawful for me to do what I want to do with what I own? Or is your eye evil because I am good?" The landowner was asking the workers if they were angry because he was generous. That's the key word, generous. A generous person is someone who is unselfish and kind. He gives freely and abundantly and with goodwill. Generosity refers to something that is rich and overflowing. Sometimes we start making comparisons and we see things that seem unfair. This story teaches us not to be envious of others, but to remember the generosity of God's love, which is offered to everyone, regardless of how worthy they are. We see God's generosity everywhere in the world. Can you think of any examples? How about this? Think about beauty of a sunrise, how the colors spread across the sky when we wake up in the morning and again at the close of the day. Think of the birds and the animals and the fish of the vast oceans and the spectacular mountains. Think of the tiny wildflowers that grow in the fields and the beautiful mosses we find on rocks. And then think of the people that you care and love for. Think of all the special relationships that you have. Jesus uses the story of the landowner and the workers to teach us to be glad for the good fortune and generosity of others. Remember to give thanks for the generosity of God's love that is rich and overflowing and is offered to each one of us. Amen.